I think it's kind of raised the bar really for community involvement and engagement.
So it's about helping communities identify their needs and their wants and helping them to address that.
It's about getting communities as neighbourhoods to get together and think, well, what's important for us?
The variety of people and the diversity of groups that are involved in that is a direct result of a single community programme.
It's proved more accessible than other grant programmes.
I don't think without the funding this project would have kick-started at all.
2 years ago when I got involved with Dads, my life just dramatically changed around.
For some of our clients it puts a bit of structure back into their lives really. I really don't know what they'd be doing if they weren't coming to us.
If this sort of money wasn't available, I don't think any of these small clubs could survive.
It's made us all get together more as a community because we've been doing this work and then sitting down and eating and talking together, which you don't always make effort to do that.
But it's all about self-esteem and social skills and fun, a lot of fun.
The voluntary and community sector is an extremely valuable partner. They provide information to all the major agencies to make sure the services that we provide are the right services in the right place for the right people.
I mean, it has put the voluntary and community sector on the map.
I think the single community programme has helped in probably 2 or 3 ways. First of all, obviously, it's been a resource. It's been some funds that people can use to make their projects happen.
The money from Community Chest has made a really big difference to this organisation. We actually started our first accredited courses with funding from the Neighbourhood Renewal Community Chest.
It enabled us to purchase the security gates because they were quite expensive.
And the safety gates were the most important things that we needed for the terrace.
The grant paid for the equipment we've got, which you can see at the back there, and it kick-started the project.
The grant from Community Chest was a godsend in many respects because the community project as it was going, Voices in Play, was growing at a rapid rate and it was taking over my house.
The Community Chest grant that we received when we first started made a massive impact, and that it got us started and it got us going on a programme that now it's become one of the best in the country.
All of the projects that we've delivered through the single community programme have been about making things better, about delivering outcomes, and I think it's very, very powerful to have some of that really clear outcome delivery that other partners can see you've actually been part of.
Did you pick up on the Barnsley Community Chest type of activity last week?
And all those things give communities the confidence to say, hey, we can do this, and get re-involved in some of the wider discussions that are going on.
And it professionalised Voices in Play and gave us a stance within the community. We then started to get invited to meetings.
There's a massive involvement from the local community and dads in that local fathers have got the sons involved in promoting drug awareness through football.
It engages young people in physical education basically, and through that, because of people with my life experiences and a few others on the team, they begin talking to us about problems, issues they might have in their lives.
They're really proud to play for dads.
Yeah.
And the team on Saturday has got real good credit, and I think it's got about 2 yellow cards.
Really?
For the full season, and yet, you know,
Fair play award.
Well, we're thinking we're getting it, as well as hopefully winning the league.
Yeah.
And Dave Frisby, our football outreach worker, is a classic example. He just got involved kicking a football, and now he's employed by dads to deliver the football project citywide.
We picked up one guy who came to the sessions weekly down at Pearson Park, and he's actually homeless, and he sleeps from pillar to post, sleeping at friends, relations, people like that. And he comes here every week, joins in, and now next year he's developing the strand where we can join our football team.
I've gained a heck of a lot through Dad since I've been with him. I got all my literacy and numeracy level 1 and 2. I'm a qualified football coach, I'm a qualified referee.
And I can see his aspirations have just risen through the roof just by being here.
Dave's a very sensible person to be able to bounce ideas off and stuff, and I've had a few life experiences and he's kept my feet on since I got outside of jail.
It's just nice to know that you are actually making an impact on the kids. It's something I never had when I was younger.
I enjoy it. It's really good. I get a lot out of working with young people. I think I've done a lot of bad things in my life, and maybe it's about time I did something good nowadays.
And We never had the problems when I was a kid, and I just want to give them the informed choices that they need in life as they get older.
Certainly when you're talking about sort of small community groups, it's not a small amount of money to them, it's a huge amount of money, and to some degree it's enabling them to achieve their dreams, really.
The reason we set up in the first place was after years of working in mainstream college environments and seeing so many people fall through the cracks that appeared in mainstream provision, we thought we can provide for those people. Well, there's nothing similar in this area, something that's especially town centre based. There's nothing like this at all. For some of our clients, something as basic as make an appointment and turn up for it 7 times on the trot is an achievement. It puts structure into people's lives. And people are obviously walking away with qualifications, and they're moving on to further education, and they're moving to employment. So we're providing a good foundation for further learning and for employment. I've seen people coming through the same stages that I went through. I wish that I'd had something similar to this when I was their age, so you get a lot from it, you know.
Bringing that really strong sense of what neighbourhoods need to the table is of course something that the voluntary community sector uniquely brings. So they're very much needed at that table.
Well, this project is for everybody that lives in Greenwood Terrace. What we started off doing were asking everybody if they'd like to contribute to making the area safer, greener and more pleasant to look at.
We're hoping to maintain the area as a whole community.
We don't get people coming from other areas with the dogs walking. We don't get druggies coming down the backs no more. We don't see many strangers at all. It's made the terrace private. It's absolutely marvellous. I wouldn't live anywhere else.
I think Barnsley people are very, we've seen it, we've heard it, but we'll knuckle on and get on with it, which I don't think you find in some other places. I mean, everyone says, our people are the salt of the earth, but I think in Barnsley there's this sort of culture of getting on with it. All too often it's easy for the big strategic partners to impose solutions to what they think are problems without listening to local communities, and the network ensures that that doesn't happen. Let's focus on neighbourhoods. Let's really focus on neighbourhoods and communities and what people want to see done. And I sat on the group at the Neighbourhood Renewal Unit, which actually came up with the Single Community Programme. And the flexibility that it's granted us to do what we think needs to be done in Barnsley has been very useful. They bring a different perspective to service provision, and they bring a whole new set of ideas which otherwise wouldn't get heard. So the community and voluntary sector, absolutely essential ingredient in taking Barnsley forward. It's always reassuring when the leader of a council says positive things about us. He is supportive, and I don't think we would have got where we've got without that high-level political support.
In your packs, there's a pink